Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So before we finish our soccer unit, can anyone tell me what they learned last week? Does anyone remember what we learned last week about soccer?
Something with the cards, red card, yellow card.
Yes, we learned about yellow cards and red cards. Thank you, Layla. Does anyone remember what else we learned about last week? No? I'll give about 30 seconds and then I'll give everyone a brief overview, but let's see if anyone else remembers. Oh, Brian. Yes, Brian. You had your hand raised?
The positions.
Yep, we learned about the positions. How you have a forward, midfielder, defender, and a goalie. Anyone else? Okay, that's about...
There's 11 people on each team.
Yes, there are 11 people on each team. I can't see who that was, so if you'd want to make sure you let me know.
My name's Eduardo.
Okay, thank you, Eduardo. I see it now. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, yes, we did learn about positions. There's 11 players on each team. Yellow and red card. We learned a little bit about the soccer match. There's two 45-minute halves. The origin, history, the field layout. So today we're going to finish up with soccer skills. But before we finish up with the soccer skills, I'm going to just give you a few soccer terms that I thought were important when we were talking about last week. These are important things to know. These are probably a little bit more common than some other ones. So if a goalie gets a soccer ball, or so if a forward tries to shoot a soccer ball and the goalie, catches it, then they can drop kick or punt the soccer ball. So that is when the goalkeeper, they drop it and they kick it as far as they can to get to the other side of the field. There also is what's called a handball. It's the illegal action of touching the soccer ball with an arm or hand. So if the soccer ball is kicked towards you and you put your hands up and then the soccer ball hits you in the hand, then it is considered a handball. And the other team will get a free kick, which is a kick from the spot of the foul or to the team that was fouled, in which the opposing players, they must stand at least 10 yards away until the ball is kicked. And then we talked about this last week, a throw-in. It's a two-handed overhead pass taken from the sideline when the opposing team knocks the ball out of bounds. And then we have kickoff. This is when the ball is put into play from the center circle at the start of each half and after a goal. Who remembers one thing about let me ask this the right way. Who remembers what the opposing team has to do during kickoff? I'll go back to the diagram. Who remembers what the opposing team has to do during kickoff? Can anyone remember?
You gotta fall back.
Yeah, they have to fall back, stay back right out of this center circle. Thank you for responding. Okay, our last soccer term we will go over is offsides. So this is when any part of your head, body, or foot is nearer to the opponent's goal line than both the ball and the second to last opponent. So what that means is if you are a forward and you really want to get the soccer ball from one of your teammates and score a goal, if you are closer to the opposing team's goal than the last defender, because the goalie is ultimately the very last defender, but the last player who is not the goalie, if you are closer to the goal than they are and you receive a kick, that is considered offsides. Okay. we are going to move on to soccer skills. Does anyone know any soccer skills? No? Okay. Well, this is going to be perfectly new then. That's fine. So we are going to talk about and then watch videos on dribbling, passing, trapping, and shooting the soccer ball. So dribbling is when you have light taps on the ball to push it in any direction. You want to make sure it's close to you. And like it says, light taps, you want to, that's the most important thing is, touching it softly, making sure it's close to you. And you can push it any direction you want. You don't have to go a certain way. Then you have passing, which is kicking the soccer ball to an intended target. Usually you're passing to a teammate. You also have trapping, which is stopping a passed ball with your foot. Sometimes it is also called, I think in one of the videos we watched today, it's called controlling. So those kind of mean the same thing, controlling and trapping, stopping the ball with your foot. And then you have shooting the ball, which depending how close you are to the goal, this might require a lot more force than just like a regular pass. This does require a lot of accuracy though. So now we are going to watch some soccer skills video. So this first one is dribbling.
So when you're teaching dribbling to your students, the most important thing you want to emphasize is small or tiny touches with the ball. So it's really important that they keep the ball close to them, using both feet to control that ball. So using small touches with both our feet, we're not going to touch the ball with your toes. We want you to use the inside and outside parts of both feet. So you're going to dribble nice and carefully up the line of cones to the end and back down. So here we go. Small touches, keep the ball close, using both feet. When you get to the end, stop it and come back. And that's that dribbling exercise.
Oh, sorry. And the next video we're going to watch is dribbling with controlling and trapping the soccer ball.
In this video, you're just going to see how you can teach your kids to keep really good control of that ball and trapping it if it gets too far away from them. So when you're teaching them this, it's really important that you emphasize if the ball gets far away from you, you can trap it using the underneath part of your foot. Okay, so again, they're dribbling the ball with small touches, keeping it controlled. If it gets too far away, they can just trap it and then keep going. You've got to dribble through to the end without touching the cones with your ball. Here we go, small touches here. Both feet in and out. If it goes, keep control of that ball. Small touches all the way to the end and then back. Keeping control of the ball. If it's going to hit the cone, trap it and then keep going. Here we go. Small touches, both feet here. All the way to the end. Keeping that ball close to you and trapping it if it gets too far away.
Can anyone tell me what part of your foot do you use for dribbling in the videos we just watched?
Your right foot.
Yeah, you can use your right foot. Let me see. Let's see, how many, I'm trying to think of how to word this. So I guess I'm going to ask this as a yes or no question instead. This might be easier. So can you use the outside of your foot? If you think you could use the outside of your foot, raise your hand for dribbling. Maybe? What about the inside of your foot?
You could use both.
Yeah, you are correct. You could use both. You could use the inside and outside of your foot. The outside of your foot might be a little bit more difficult, but you can use both the inside and outside of your foot. Thank you. Okay, now we are going to watch, let me see, we're going to watch passing with the inside of your foot.
Inside foot passing. So when we're teaching inside foot passing to the kids, the most important thing you need to know is you're going to be passing the ball using the inside of your foot. So when you pass the ball, not your toes, but the inside part of your foot there. So you can get the kids to tap their feet, say, where are we passing the ball from? The inside of your foot. So here we go, passing the ball along the ground. Step and pass that ball using the inside of your foot. And this time with my other leg, step and inside of the foot.
And here we're going to be watching trapping the soccer ball.
When we're controlling the ball, there's two ways that you can teach your students to control that ball. So the first way is using the inside of your foot. So the same way you pass with the inside of your foot, you also control the ball with the inside of your foot. So as the ball comes into you, you just gently cushion it, it touches your foot and the inside part, obviously practicing both your left and right feet. Using the inside of your foot to trap the ball. That's my left foot. And now my right foot, using that inside part of the foot. The second way you can control the ball is by trapping it, using the underneath part of your foot. So that underneath part, or sole of your foot, you trap the ball as it comes in.
Okay, last two videos. We're going to watch shooting the soccer ball. Give me a minute, let me see what it is.
This video is going to help you teach shooting skills.
Okay, we're going to try and watch the dribbling and shooting the soccer ball video first. And then maybe the other video. Oh, wait. Maybe it will work this time. There it goes. So this is shooting the soccer ball.
This video is going to help you teach shooting skills to your kids. So the basics we need to know when we're shooting, the first thing is that we do not kick the ball with our toes. Okay, we kick the ball with the laces part of your foot. So you can get the kids to tap their shoe first, tap the laces part of their foot. That's where we kick the ball from. The first thing I like to do to get the kids practicing their shooting is having the ball on top of the cone. This is really going to help them to point their toe to the ground, and so they can kick the ball with the laces part of their foot into the goal. So starting with the ball on the cone, here we go. They can have a little run up, they can step and kick the ball using that laces part of the foot. Now shooting the ball from the ground, here we go. Remember, laces part of your foot to kick the ball. So you can have a small run up or a little step and big kicks into the goal.
And now here's the last video on dribbling and shooting the soccer ball.
In this video, you're going to get your students practicing weaving in and out of the cones, stopping the ball, and shooting. So they're putting together the dribbling now. So you can see I've set up a zigzag line of cones. Using both feet, they're going to dribble in and out of the cones, trap it at the line, and they're going to shoot into the goal. Of course, you can have a goalkeeper at the end if you'd like, if you've got a bigger goal. Here we go, small touches in and out of the cones. You can use both feet, using small touches with your feet. Here we go. Stop the ball on the line, and you can just do a shot into the goal. And then collect your ball and run back to the start.
So before we completely wrap up our soccer unit, I have 2 questions, and they're kind of opinion questions. So what do you think you have more control over, dribbling a soccer ball with your feet or dribbling a basketball with your hands? Feel free to unmute yourself. Okay, I'm gonna do it this way instead. We're gonna do it first. If you think you have more control with dribbling a soccer ball, raise your hand. I'll give about 30 seconds to see if anyone raises their hand. Oh, okay. Is it Kelshawn? Did I say that right? And then Kevin, and look like Sherry said dribbling a soccer ball, more control. Okay, now, raise your hand if you think you have more control dribbling a basketball with your hands. Okay, Laren, Layla, Matthew, Nicholas. Okay, more control dribbling with your hands. Personally, for me, I have more control dribbling a soccer ball. But that's because I have little to no experience with basketball. Okay. Second opinion question. And I will do this the same way. Do you think you have more control over passing a soccer ball with your foot or passing a football with your hands? So we'll do the soccer ball first. Raise your hand if you think you have more, we'll say accuracy or control with passing a soccer ball with your foot. Okay, Kelshawn. Passing a soccer ball. I think it's Excel. If I get your name wrong, feel free to correct me. Okay, so far it looks like we have Kelshawn and I think I'm saying this right, Excel. They, passing a soccer ball with your foot. Okay. Next one, raise your hand if you think you have more accuracy or control passing a football with your hands. Okay, Layla, Larry, and Alejandra, Alejandra, sorry. Okay, Sherry. Okay. Okay, so we get a little idea, controlling a soccer ball might be a little difficult. Okay, thank you everyone for participating.